Hi there everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Farmer Bob and awesome to have you. Awesome to be back with another map making video. I really hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. I must say I've really enjoyed making the series and it's been a lot of fun, guys. So when your heart is in a thing, it should be fun, you know. Excellent, man. If this is your first time, please do consider subscribing and please do share my videos and my channel and my website. All the information is there. All the maps that I've made in the past, I think there's 8 maps that I've made. You can download them for free, enjoy, play them, share them, and yes, guys, go for it. All for the game's sake, you know, just to have fun and to make something nice, you know. Good. Well, if you don't have something to drink, get yourself something to drink. I'm busy drinking coffee, and on the side I've got a Coke sitting there. The coffee is just to enjoy. The Coke is for the thirst. It's been a hot day here in South Africa, so and I've did some hard work outside. So yes, always nice to replenish, you know. Anyways, guys, today's video in the map making is all about this boy, this tank frame. This wooden log tank frame. I'm going to show you how I've made that and how simple and easy it is to make anything in, well, not anything, but a lot of stuff. You can create yourself in Giants Editor. You don't need to go into Blender, all those kind of stuff to make something nice and simple in Giant Editor itself. So let's get stuck in, man. So the very first thing we need to have a look at is we need one pole. That's all we need to make that, believe it or not, to make that whole thing. We just need one pole. And in order, how I got that one is I went to the prefabs, looked around in the prefabs, and under the statics, I think, if I remember correctly now, under the statics I found the fencing pack. So let me just download it again. It's close now, somewhere here. There's a whole fencing pack. There it is, the stock wired fence kit. That's the one. Let's just import it. Already exists, overwrite. Oh, it's already there. Okay, so I'm not going to re-download it. It's not needed. I'm going to just grab it there. Oh, here it is. Great. Okay, and then let's go down to where it is. Under the map, obviously at point 0 of the coordinates, you'll find it there. And then what I've basically done is just grabbed, say for instance that one, because I want only the wooden post. That's all we want. So we get rid of the wires, just delete that. Post markers we don't need, the wire pane level we don't need, and there it is. That is what we want, just that wooden post. All by itself, all by its lonesome. So what we're going to do is take that, cut it, drop it, click here where there's nothing, just give it a click. Now I've gone and opened the whole water tank, which we don't want now. Just click here where it's nothing, Control V to paste it, and it will drop it right down on your scene graph at the very bottom. Okay. So now we can get rid of this whole stock wire fence kit because that's all we wanted from it. And there's all the other stuff we've used the other day. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little pole there and we're going to go up into the map itself and we're going to measure with that the diameter of the actual tank here. So we're going to place it here for now. Control B to place it. And then we're going to drop it 90 degrees. I'm just going to make that 90 there, like so. And we're going to extend it until we find the width of this tank. Because that's the thing that we want to build for. We want to build a frame for this tank. So we're just going to go there, like so. Yes, that's about it there. Right, drop this back to 0. And then we drop all these to 0. Very important to have your item that you work with at location 0 and have it transform its whole axes, all the axes at 0. Because what's going to happen if you look at this water tank, the water tank is also placed on a on the map on its own transform. So what's going to happen if we not zero that frame that we're building and we put it in here, it's not going to appear here. It's going to appear somewhere else. so let's not go there. We want to have it at 0. So when you work with new things that you are doing, you just go to make sure that it's 0. All right, and that is now our diameter, and I'm going to always use it as the height as well. You can change the height, but we now have a diameter, which is good. Right, so we need 4 of these poles, so we're going to duplicate 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 of them, and they should appear any second. There they are. We're going to make 4. Make 4 of them. There should be extra 1. Right, that bottom one. So we take that one, drop it down to 90 degrees. Just make that 90 for it. And it's always nice to just stay on the same axis. Don't move things about here. And we're going to shift that like so. Just like so. Make sure it's nice at the end. Almost like that. We're going to grab one of these poles here. Move this one to the side. And here you can already see how simple and easy it is to build that whole thing there on top. And just work with your X, Y and Z axes and you won't have any problems. Won't have poles sticking out, nothing. Alright. Good, so we're going to leave it like so. And now, obviously, we want to take one of these, duplicate it, like that, drop it down to 90 degrees, move it about, whoop, like so. I just come close and then roll your wheel of your mouse to zoom in and out with more precision, I would say. It's a better word to say. And then instead of dropping the other one, I'll just duplicate that because I'm already selected on that, and just bring this one across like that. Just make life easy for yourself. Don't make work, you know. That's my motto. And then while we've got that one there, you just click on that, duplicate it, and bring this one over. Whoop, like that. Just like that. Drop it there. Just like that. And now we know we've got 2 more there, so we take one here, bring it in here. I think that might be close enough, but let's just make sure. Yeah, that's alright. And we take that one, bring it this way, and then we can bring it that way. We could have actually just duplicated that one now and do that way, but doesn't matter. This also works. It's always just important to stick with your, not place anything, but stick with your 3 axes, and then you don't have any worries. And now it's as simple as duplicate that, bring it up to the top, and let it lie on top of that pole, like that. Just come a bit closer. I think that's about alright. And then duplicate that one now and just move it across. That way, that 2 poles are parallel in height, and they are parallel in width and in position everywhere, except for this position here, which we can quickly just adjust, make sure it's alright. That looks okay. Can move it a tiny bit in there. Good, guys. Like I said earlier, if you don't have something to drink, grab something quickly. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee now. I hope I'm not slurping. Good. And now all we need to do now is grab this bottom one, duplicate one of them, bring this up to the top, and let this now lie on top of that pole that we've just placed. Oops. I keep forgetting to to put my mouse in the middle of the screen and then hold your right button in. That way you won't go there to the side. Right, like so. And we're going to go top view now, just like that. And now all we do now is duplicate, and fill the whole beam. And then you can just space them nice and neat. I'm not going to be bothered too much now with spacing. However, it doesn't look too shabby. Alright, like so. And now I forgot to make a transform for it. Okay, what you want to do, guys, before you start all of this, with that first post, create a transform and go to it, rename the transform to whatever you want to call it. I'll just call it tank frame 2, just to be fancy now. And now, obviously, I'm going to have to select all these, Control X, drop them in there and hold thumbs that it's still on the same spot. Yes, they are. Great stuff. Okay, so important, this is our 0 pole. Obviously all the others will have a little bit of tweak to it, you know, except especially these top ones, but everyone else will be different. But we have this whole thing on a 0 scale from this point on. And if you look at tank, the transform for it will be on 0 everything. So that is very important, because if we now go and take this thing, cut it, and drop it into our actual water tank, we want it in that same water tank. I'm going to explain to you now why we want that. Control V to paste it in there, and bloop, there it is. Now I'm going to select it and press F, and it will show it to me. Alright, you see, now it is here with 0.0 under the tank. So we can now just move this about into position there, like so, and then move it in there, and so, and there you are. Then you've got it at the right spot. Okay, so I'm not going to do another one because I've already made that one there. I just wanted to show you how to make it. Alright, and now the reason why we put it in here is, if you've watched the other videos when we created this water tank, it's a custom mod that we've made in the game, and this mod is special because it is not part of the game. Here in Giants Editor, it is under your placeholders folder, and remember, the placeholders folder has got a script running. In other words, the moment the game starts up, everything in this folder will be ignored. It will not be loaded into the map. So whatever is green now is all part of the farm and other props and other things that gets loaded in via XML. In other words, our default items bring all this stuff in. And this water tank is a custom mod that I've placed in our maps folder. If you look here, if we go into our placeables, the water tank is here. There is all the things that's attached to the water tank. It's all the props that we've added to the farm map. In other words, all those bales and tires and stuff that's standing around on the farm, we've added to the water tank, so that when the game loads that water tank XML, it also loads all these other little props into the farm or onto the farm. And that way now, if you select new farmer mode, you'll have all the props appearing and loaded in via XML. But if you select the other farm modes, like the start from scratch mode, remember, then there's going to be nothing. Then it won't load it, you see. And that is the reason why we do it this way. You know, we build a custom mod, the water tank for instance, and I can show you just what it looks like if we open the water tank itself. What am I doing now? Oh my word, let me just do that. Find the i3D for it. Let's open that. Good. Gloop. So if we now go to the water tank itself, which I think is that one, press F. No, it's not that one. You need to find it, the tank frame. If we press F, we'll find it. There it is. You see, so now the tank frame is part of this whole mod, and if you look around, all the other things on the farm is spaced around where they will appear on the actual map. So all of that is part of part of the water tank. Believe it or not. Okay, good. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to mess up my stuff. And this is just our directory back in here. So now what we're going to do, now that we've aligned it and we've placed it exactly where we want it, I've lifted up the actual tank itself off the ground because it was on the ground, and now we've got a nice frame for it. So I've just lifted it up and pushed the frame underneath it and aligned it nicely to the sides and made sure it's on the center of it, close enough, you know, and I left the trigger on the ground. Obviously didn't move the trigger, I just moved the tank itself because the trigger is there for the vehicles. When you park your vehicle here, the trigger picks up the vehicle and it dispenses whatever the trigger needs to dispense. In this case it's water. Good. Alright guys, so then the next step is, now that we've got our whole mod set up, we want to select that same water tank again, and we're going to export it now and overwrite the original in the map, because remember, this is just a placeholder. It's not going to appear in the map. The actual original in the folder, in our map folder, that's the one that's going to be loaded via the default items. So we're going to go File, make sure you're on the transform, not on anything else. You want the whole transform. Select it, go File, Export with Files, go into your map directory where you've created the mod, and there we go, we find it there, water tank. Click on the i3D, click on Save. It's going to ask you to overwrite. I'm going to say no because I don't want to redo it. And then the next two questions, do you want to get the parent directory structure? And the other one, you just click no, so that it brings everything with textures, everything into this i3D and make a whole mod of the whole setup that you've got here loaded with the water tank. Right, good. So nothing stays in the original game. Everything is exported into the i3D and loaded via the XML. So now what's going to happen is, when we open our default items, which will be under the XML's default items, this here is the mod that we've built in the previous episode. We made a custom mod, and you can watch that video if you're interested in how to do it. And remember now, here it is under map directory, placeables watertank.xml. So this XML is the mods XML. So we're going to go there just to show you, for instance, placeables water tank, and then we find it, watertank.xml. Here you will see the i3D that it's going to load is this one here, maps placeables water tank. It's the one that we've overwritten now with all the stuff that we've added, the whole frame, all the information where we've placed the tank and where we've put everything is now included in that i3D. Remember, we overwritten it, and all our changes is now in that. Good. And then all that happens is the game sees this mod and loads it up and places it at this coordinates, and obviously this coordinate is the starting point for all the other props. And they've got their origin from this point and then gets dispersed according to what the i3D says where they are. Okay, and that, believe it or not guys, is how you make a custom thing in Giants Editor, and you don't have to go into anything else. You just find something and make something nice with it and build your own stuff in Giants Editor, mod, and go crazy and just save and go. Right, should you have built something and you want it permanently in the map, obviously you won't place it, just don't place it here in the in this folder, the placeholders folder. You'll just put it in your normal placeables folder and it will be part of the real game. It will never disappear, it will stay there for good, you know. So whatever you do in the Giants editor gets saved in the map i3D file as part of the map, you know. So that's basically it. Great, man, guys. So yes, I hope it's been informative and I hope it was fun for you. It was definitely a lot of fun for me, and thank you so much for joining, guys. Please do share, please do subscribe if you haven't yet. I really appreciate it so much, and until next time, guys, take care, man. Cheers.